Saturday's war-driven crypto massacre is officially over. Solana just exploded 10% higher, Ethereum reclaimed $2,000, and the entire market is painting green after one of the most dramatic weekend sell-offs we've seen this year. If you thought crypto was done for, you're about to learn why this recovery could signal something much bigger. What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel where we break down the crypto market moves that actually matter. I am here to help you navigate this wild market, and today we're diving deep into what might be one of the most important recovery rallies of 2024. We'll cover exactly what triggered this surge, why Solana is leading the pack, and most importantly, what this means for your portfolio moving forward. Let us start with the numbers that have everyone talking. Solana absolutely demolished expectations with a 10.8% bounce, making it the clear leader among major cryptocurrencies. But here's what's really interesting, this wasn't just random price action. Ethereum didn't just bounce, it reclaimed the psychologically critical $2,000 level that traders have been watching like hawks. And Bitcoin? It climbed back above $66,800 right before traditional futures markets opened on Sunday. The timing here is absolutely crucial. Saturday's sell-off was triggered by escalating geopolitical tensions, specifically war-related concerns that sent risk assets tumbling across the board. We saw Bitcoin drop below $64,000, Ethereum briefly touched $1,900, and altcoins got absolutely hammered. But something interesting happened during Asian trading hours on Sunday. Smart money started flowing back in. We saw massive volume spikes on major exchanges, particularly Binance and Coinbase, suggesting that institutional players weren't just sitting on the sidelines. They were actively buying the dip. The recovery started with Bitcoin stabilizing around $65,000, then Ethereum began its climb back toward $2,000, and finally, altcoins like Solana and XRP joined the party. If you're finding this valuable, smash that like button, it helps more people see this analysis. Now let us talk about why Solana is stealing the show. That 10.8% gain isn't happening in isolation. Solana has been building serious momentum over the past few weeks, and here's why. First, the network's transaction throughput continues to improve. We're seeing daily transaction counts that rival Ethereum, but with significantly lower fees. Second, the DeFi ecosystem on Solana is expanding rapidly, with total value locked increasing by over 30% in the past month alone. But there's a deeper story here. Solana's recovery is outpacing both Bitcoin and Ethereum, which tells us that investors are rotating into higher beta assets. This is classic risk-on behavior, and it suggests that the market sentiment has shifted from fear back to greed in a matter of hours. XRP's surge is equally fascinating, especially considering its ongoing regulatory battles. The token jumped alongside the broader market recovery, but there is speculation that recent regulatory clarity in other jurisdictions is providing tailwinds. European markets are becoming increasingly crypto-friendly, and XRP's utility for cross-border payments is getting renewed attention from institutional players. Fun fact, 80% of you watching aren't subscribed yet. If you want to stay ahead of the market, fix that now. Here's where things get really interesting for the broader market. This crypto recovery happened right before traditional futures markets opened, which suggests that crypto is once again acting as a leading indicator for risk sentiment. We've seen this pattern before. Crypto sells off first during geopolitical uncertainty, then recovers first when sentiment stabilizes. The institutional angle here cannot be ignored. MicroStrategy continues to accumulate Bitcoin. We're seeing increased activity from crypto ETFs, and traditional finance is slowly but surely allocating more capital to digital assets. When institutional money sees a war-driven dip as a buying opportunity rather than a reason to panic, that's a fundamental shift in how crypto is perceived as an asset class. From a macro perspective, this recovery reinforces crypto's position as a hedge against traditional financial instability. While stocks and bonds got hammered during Saturday's sell-off, crypto's rapid recovery suggests that it's maturing as a store of value. We're seeing increased adoption from emerging markets where traditional currencies are under pressure, and that's creating sustained demand regardless of short-term volatility. So what does this mean for you as an investor? First, this recovery validates the strategy of buying quality projects during fear-driven sell-offs. If you have the conviction to buy Solana below $100 or Ethereum below $2,000 during Saturday's panic, you're already seeing the rewards. But here's the key lesson: position sizing matters more than timing. The traders who got hurt worst during Saturday's sell-off were those who were over-leveraged. The ones who are benefiting most from Sunday's recovery are those who kept dry powder for exactly these opportunities. Looking at historical patterns, war-driven sell-offs in crypto tend to be short-lived but sharp. The recovery usually happens within 24 to 48 hours, and often leads to new local highs within a week or two. We saw this during the Russia-Ukraine conflict in early 2022, and we're seeing it again now. From a technical perspective, Ethereum's reclaim of $2,000 is hugely significant. This level has acted as both support and resistance multiple times this year. Now that we're back above it with strong volume, the next target is likely $2,100. For Solana, breaking above $110 would signal that the uptrend is fully intact. Here's your action plan moving forward. First, if you're not already positioned in quality projects like Ethereum and Solana, consider dollar cost averaging on any weakness. Second, keep an eye on Bitcoin's behavior around $67,000, that's been a key resistance level that could unlock significant upside if broken. Third, maintain proper risk management. This recovery is encouraging, but volatility remains high. Looking ahead, we have several key catalysts on the horizon. The Federal Reserve's next meeting is coming up, we're in earnings season for major tech companies with crypto exposure, and institutional adoption continues to accelerate. Each of these could provide additional fuel for this recovery. Drop your prediction in the comments. Do you think this recovery has legs, or are we heading for another retest of Saturday's lows? I read every single one. And subscribe if you want to be early on the next market move, because these opportunities don't last forever. Speaking of opportunities, make sure you check out my next video where I'll be breaking down the 3 altcoins that could outperform Solana in the next rally. The data I've uncovered is going to surprise you. Remember, in crypto, the biggest gains come from staying informed and staying ahead of the crowd. I'll see you in the next one.